Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Someone asked me to do this piece. I was kind of thinking about doing it a few weeks ago, and I touched on it when the Vancouver Nucks made the Luongo trade. But what's the future hold of Vancouver? And to be honest with you, I think it's going to be a rebuild mode starting right away. Obviously, when you move some of your highest paid players, it's weird. You have two number one goalies. A lot of teams want to have one number one goalie, and now they had two number one goalies, and now they don't have any. So, it's not a knock on Black or, Markstrom, but it's just the nature of the beast. And, you're looking at Vancouver, they're 6 points out of the wild card spot with, 4 games left, so that they're not getting in. I mean, barring some sort of miracle, but, let's just look at and, even if they got in, that would just hide that would cover up, the flaws that is this team. I think Kessler's on his way out. I've said that ad nauseum. I think he'll be traded at the draft, maybe to the Flyers. Maybe they get some significant assets back. They won't get as much as they would have if they moved him, a month ago at the deadline. But that's what happens. There's an old saying: "He who hesitates is lost," and Vancouver is lost. And I think Kessler will be gone. And I think on that note, I don't think the Sedins will be moved yet. You need a team that can take on both of them, and their value's at an all-time low right now. And you have to get significant assets back because they're still obviously amazing players. You don't just trade them for the sake of trading them. But I think Burroughs is probably gone. Booth will probably be amnestied. Edler probably gone. I'm looking at all these minuses on this team. Kessler's minus 15. I know people are knocking him plus minus, but Edler's minus 32. I mean, let that sink in for a second. And, again, I think this is just, they're going to close the book on this era. I think Tortorella will be shown the door. I mean, the experiment failed miserably. And, it's unfortunate that, again, it came down to that. But, it is what it is. And, you can't, any number of factors. I mean, I think the front office deserves a good amount of the blame, to be honest with you, because the way they handled the goaltending situation and not maximizing their assets. They have not done a great job drafting in recent years. They got some pretty good young players in the organization now, and Jensen and Horvat, Shinkaruk, I know he's hurt, but even Brendan Gaunce. But they've been a long time coming, getting significant, decent young players in the organization. That hurt them as well. And I think their Stanley Cup window is completely closed, and they had a good run for the last 6 years. They went to a finals. They had a few pretty lengthy playoff runs, but bottom line is they just didn't get it done. And I think that's kind of the requiem for the franchise on the whole. I mean, they've come close many, many times. Not many, many times, but they've had some very good teams over the years, and they just haven't won the cup. And the fans in Vancouver, who are some of the most dedicated, loyal hockey fans out there, they deserve better. And I think this full-fledged rebuild, I think the front office will be completely cleared out. I think, again, the coaching staff will change over, and they'll be rebuilding around a new young core. And I think whatever assets they get back in trades this offseason will be part of that rebuild. And again, I think this is going to be a completely different looking team next year. And I think there's a lot of moves that they'll make, and we'll see what happens with that. It's weird. All this Dan Hamhuis plus 13 having a good year. I like Dan Hamhuis when he was with Nashville, but Burroughs, shit hit the fan with him, and it's tough for the team. But I think if it's done correctly, this team will land on its feet, and at the end of the rebuilding process. But we'll see how that happens. Anyway, that's our episode of the Power Play with CJ on the Vancouver Canucks entering a kind of dark phase of rebuilding. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.